What's up, you guys? My name is Shauna Jenkins and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to share with you a simple recipe that you can make for breakfast. I also like to have this as a snack because it's so delicious. It reminds me of a dessert. So let's get started. So we're going to be making overnight oats, and overnight oats have become my favorite thing to eat for breakfast. First of all, it's something that you can prep ahead of time. And secondly, there's so many different things you can do with overnight oats because they're just so versatile. Anyway, oats are really good, and the best way to consume them is to soak them overnight to allow them to break down that fiber so when your body eats them, it's able to digest them. All right, so we're gonna make 4 bowls because I'm gonna be prepping this for the week, and we're gonna be using some simple ingredients. You want a sweetener, I'm using agave, but you technically do not have to have a sweetener unless you want one. And also I'm using some vegan chocolate chips, some cranberries, or you can do some fresh cherries, raspberries, whatever type of fruit that you want. I'm doing dried fruit because it's just convenient for me to keep dried fruit on hand. And cacao powder is going to be what's going to make these taste like chocolate. And you need a plant-based milk that you like. I'm going to be using this non-dairy oat milk by Trader Joe's. All right, so first thing we want to do is measure out all of our dry ingredients. And so you want to have a half a cup of oats. And I'm just using Whole Foods old-fashioned rolled oats. So half a cup goes into each bowl. And then now you want to add in your cacao powder. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of cacao powder. So 1 tablespoon goes in each individual bowl, okay? And cacao powder has a lot of benefits to the body. One thing, it is a superfood, and superfoods have a variety of different nutrients that it provides for the body. And so cacao powder, to me, it tastes really good, but not everybody is really a fan of this because it doesn't taste super sweet like chocolate when it has milk in it or whatever, or cocoa powder. But cacao powder, this one you can use in different things. You can add it to your oats, you add it to your smoothies. You can also make desserts out of it. I have made a vegan brownie out of this. So these are, this is actually delicious, okay? So you can use it in anything. Now I have my cacao powder mixed with my oats. Now I'm gonna add some chocolate chips. Now this is where you can get creative. You can add or take away. You don't have to use these ingredients, or you can switch out and use whatever you want. So I'm just gonna add me some chocolate chips to each one. And I just have a tablespoon that I'm using to add them in there. So far I added a tablespoon. So I'm gonna do 1.5 tablespoons of chocolate chips. And I'm gonna make this into like a, kind of like a chocolate chip overnight oats. Chocolate chip raisin overnight oats. Oh my God. Not raisin, cranberry overnight oats. All right, so now I'm just gonna add in some cranberries. Again, you can just measure out however you want. I'm gonna start with a tablespoon because I actually just poured some in some containers and I didn't know how many this was gonna give me. So that's a tablespoon, another tablespoon. And now I'm gonna add a half a tablespoon. So 1.5 tablespoon of cranberries, dried cranberries, or you can use fresh cranberries if you have those on hand. I love fresh cranberries. Whenever I make cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, I always use fresh cranberries, and that's the only time you can really find them. All right, so now I'm gonna mix it all together before I add in my milk, okay? So I like to mix my dry ingredients together. Then I'm gonna add in my wet ingredients along with my sweetener. And like I say, you can leave the sweetener out because I don't always use the sweetener. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So I'm going to mix it all together. Do this one. Now it's time to add our milk. You need 1 cup of milk of choice. So I'm using oat milk. You can use any plant-based milk that you like. All right, and now I'm gonna stir them all up after I add in my sweetener. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of agave. And agave is low glycemic, so it doesn't have a lot of sugar compared to maple syrup, so it has a low glycemic index. And the serving is 2 tablespoons, so we're actually, no, the serving is 1 tablespoon, sorry. Serving is 1 tablespoon, so 16 grams of sugar. All right. So now I'm going to mix it all together. They're gonna look like chocolate chip overnight oats. My cranberries. So you're gonna really look forward to eating your breakfast. Okay. And just want to mix it together and let that cacao powder kind of blend in well with all of the other ingredients, and so it should look like chocolate when you get finished. Like it look really, really chocolate, like a light brown, between a light and a dark brown, I'll say. And you do have the option to add a banana, like in the morning once you ready to eat all this. You can slice a couple slices of banana and just put it on top and eat it, or you can eat a whole banana with it, and that's also fine. I got one more, and this is going to be my breakfast for the next 4 days, and then I'll probably make another version of a overnight oat recipe for myself to finish out the rest of the 3 days of the week. I always meal prep my food in like 4-day increments because that's when food is usually the freshest if you eat it within the first 4 days. Actually the 5 days including today. And since I'm not eating it today, I'm gonna just take on it. I'm just gonna eat it for the next 4 days. So if I wanted one for today, I probably should have made it last night, but I didn't. I had a smoothie for breakfast today with some superfoods. Okay, yay! So it's done. Now we have some chocolate overnight oats. Look at that. And in the morning, they're gonna look like chocolate pudding, and you're gonna be so excited to have them. Feel free to add in some fresh fruit. Like what would go really great with this would be some raspberries, even blueberries. Like I just love adding berries with chocolate. For some reason, I feel like they complement each other. So I like to add in berries whenever I do like a overnight oats. I like to add berries. You can also add some cinnamon. If you wanna add like some extra flavor to it, you can add some cinnamon. And you can also add in some salt if you feel like it needs some salt. And salt really just helps bring out the flavor of other ingredients. So a pinch of salt is all you really need if you want to add some salt to this recipe. All right, so super simple thing that you can do. It takes less than 10 minutes. and you're set for the next 4 days. All right, so hope you guys have enjoyed this video and that you try this recipe. If you try this recipe, please let me know. Please comment below if you tried it, and if you like it, please let me know as well. Also, if you added different ingredients, let me know in the comments below. All right, I love you guys, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time on Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.